All right, guys, Jesse back again with Grimjow's Gallery, and today we are taking a look at least in my opinion, the GOAT of all Power Rangers. I'm talking about the Dragon Ranger, also known as the Green Ranger, from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Super Sentai. Specifically, this is the SH Figuarts version of the Green Ranger. This figure, it's a little bit on the older side. So it was printed in 2013. So it's about 13 years old. So we need to be a little bit kind in terms of some of the things that we'll be seeing with the articulation and the sculpt work. However, I would definitely say that this figure, it still holds up, and hopefully as we get through the review, that opinion might rub off on you a little bit. So let's go ahead now. We're gonna go right into articulation. After that, we'll jump into accessories. I'll run the Green Ranger through some poses, and spoiler alert, he poses phenomenally. I mean, even though it's an older figure, can really pose great. And then I'll give you guys some of my final thoughts. So let's go ahead and jump right to it. Now that we have him off the base, let's go ahead and get a little bit of a closer look. So right out the gate, in terms of the dragon shield right here on his chest, it looks awesome. The paint application is done really well, especially with the black inlay here, and it almost has like a gold or a gold metallic finish to it. So even though this is an older figure, the paint still looks really, really sharp. And on the head sculpt, so specifically on the helmet, I love some of the detail with the teeth work going around the visor. It matches and it looks great with the entire sculpt of the figure. Looks really, really good. So let's move him back just a little bit here. And in terms of articulation, so this is what I would consider to be a 1.0 body. But with that being said, the shoulders raise perfectly fine. We do not have an independent bicep swivel, but we do have a jointed elbow, and he can bend really far. He can hold that telephone. But again, no bicep swivel, so it is showing its age a little bit in that regard. In terms of the wrist articulation, we do have a full wrist rotation, and the wrist does pivot up and it does pivot down. So now on to the ab crunch here. This figure, unfortunately, it does not have an ab crunch whatsoever. If you look a little bit up close and look how it's molded here, it does not have a lot in terms of flexibility. But again, that's okay. Options are limited if we're looking for Power Ranger figures, specifically the Green Ranger. Options are very limited, and I don't think that they've made even a 2.0 of this figure. So we're kind of left with what we got. But in terms of back, so he can bend back about this far, but again, with coming forward, we have little to no articulation here in the ab, in the core area. However, we can raise the leg perfectly fine. We do have a double jointed knee. Can bend back out. He has somewhat limited ankle rotation, but it is there. He can move side to side with the ankle. We can move back, can pivot all the way forward, and he does have the independent toe joint. Now on to the neck and the head area. So he can move to the right about that much, to the left about this much, back, and then now forward. And one thing I do like, and I do want to point out, is it's not soft goods, but there is a softer plastic that they use here for the sheath for the dragon dagger. So that is a pretty nice touch. So as expected, with this being a 1.0 and about 13 years old at this point, articulation, it is limited, but I would say that it is better than some of those other cheaper Green Ranger figures that you might find at the big box stores, whether that be Walmart, Target, other big box retailers. This figure is definitely a step up from those. However, in terms of SH Figuarts, Figma, Reveltech, definitely dated, unfortunately, in regards to the articulation. So with that being said, however, let's go ahead and let's jump right into the accessories, because this figure actually does have some pretty good accessories. So now that we have the Green Ranger here, let's go ahead and jump right into the accessories. And I do want to point out, and I don't want to kind of overlook it, I know that we do have the Lightning series, which does a lot of the Mighty Morphin and Power Ranger figures here in the West by Hasbro. I feel like even though that this is still an older SH Figuarts, I do think from a quality standpoint, I would definitely say that it's still a level above the Lightning series from Hasbro. So with that being said, and kind of getting that out of the way, let's take a look at these accessories. So obviously, one of the more iconic weapons of the Green Ranger, we have the Dragon Dagger, and they did an awesome job with, one, sculpting the Dragon Dagger, and two, the paint application in it looks great. I mean, there is a lot of intricacy going on here. There's some black, green, and gold, and there had to really be a very fine attention to detail to get this painted up as well as it is. So I really do like this rendition of the Dragon Dagger, and it looks super good and accurate to the source material. Now we're going to take a closer look here at the Sword of Darkness. Now, the Sword of Darkness, the Green Ranger used that specifically when he was going through his evil arc, and it's dope. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It has like this really slick, almost scimitar look to it. It has a really nice metallic finish, and I love the red jewel here near the hilt. It looks awesome. It looks killer, and it's really fun to pose them up with this Sword of Darkness here. It's really fun to pose them up with it. Moving on, so this version of the Green Ranger that I have, guys, it is the Japanese version. So he did come with some alternative parts. He came with an alternative neck piece here. And then he also came with a really cool belt. That looks awesome. The paint application on the belt, guys, is really good. And you can even see, like, they got the coin painted up really well. Looks really good. And then I don't want to bore you guys too much, as you know, with the hands, but you do get a menagerie of different hands. We have closed fists, we have open hands, grasping hands, and then specifically we have hands for when you have them posed up playing the Dragon Dagger, the flute. We have hands for that as well. So now I think I'm going to run the Green Ranger through some poses here. And I'm going to say, guys, I had probably some of the most fun I've had in a very long time posing up a figure. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And here are just some shots I have of the Green Ranger all posed up. Just a few closing thoughts for you guys. This Green Ranger, I think it's an awesome figure, and honestly, I really do feel like it, even though it is a 1.0, I definitely think that it holds up. The paint application, especially on the Dragon Shield, it's phenomenal. It looks really good, has an awesome metallic finish to it, and the accessories, specifically the Sword of Darkness and the Dragon Dagger, they're both painted up really, really well. You would not tell that this figure is almost 13 years old, at least from the accessory standpoint, with how well they've been painted and how well the color applications are on them. So with that being said, I hope that you guys have enjoyed the review of the SH Figuarts Dragon Ranger or Green Ranger. And if you guys could, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please comment down below and let me know who was your favorite Power Ranger growing up. I don't think that this will be a surprise to anyone, but my favorite Power Ranger growing up was most definitely the Green Ranger. So with that being said, I hope that you guys have an awesome evening. Thank you very much for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you again soon. 高鳴る鼓動が答えだろう。眩しい未来を描こう。さよなら。